Hi all, so I just wanted to set up this little video to explain the expectations of what I'll be looking for and what I'll be grading in these ThinkCERCA assignments. So there are 6 steps in every ThinkCERCA assignment: a connect, a read, an engage with the text, a summarize, a build an argument, and then finally a create your CERCA or create your paragraph. And there are a lot of resources that you can use within this portal, including sentence frames, vocabulary, the rubric that I use to grade, and explanations about each of the texts. Finally, there are also audios available for the text so that if you're struggling with the reading portion, it will read the text to you. So what I wanted to show you for this example for this week is that you're going to be reading a text by Eli Wiesel. It's another excerpt from Night. And you'll be comparing it with this text from an author called Primo Levi, who was another survivor of the Holocaust. And both were people that survived and attempted to stay alive in these moments of desperation and dilemma. So on this connect step, you answer the question of what challenges do people who survive harrowing or terrifying experiences face, even when they survive. So thinking about situations that people face when they return to reality. And when you're answering these questions, I always want you to think about using the question as a frame. So that means to create a complete sentence, you would write, people face challenges that include when they come back from harrowing experiences. This is because, so in this frame, you would insert the types of challenges they face and why they might encounter those challenges. After you've done your connect step, you move on to the read portion. And here's that audio account. So you can listen to while you read. You'll notice that the vocabulary is here, and all of the definitions are here for you on that vocabulary. You'll also notice that the question you'll be asked to answer is here as well, so that you can reference that throughout. When you read, you're going to have to answer questions about the text. Usually there are about 5, and then you'll submit these answers, and that gives you a score out of 100%. I can see that quiz, and I can also reset it if you need to. The next step is your engage with the text. And so this is when you get to practice annotating a text just like you would have to on the STAR tests, and just like you will throughout the rest of high school and in your college career. So you'll use the aqua in this case to highlight Wiesel's descriptions of the horrors he faced. And then you'll use the pink to highlight Primo Levi's descriptions. And this is done pretty easily for you because you'll see that the texts start one right after another, and you're looking for descriptions of horror. So for example, if I'm in Primo Levi's account, I might look at this account of the watchmaker who died, and I might say that the essential rules for survival during the first day of captivity include stealing from other people, not hesitating to help weakers, and then answering questions, etc. So I would do that, and then if I wanted to add notes here, I totally could. For your 4th step, you're going to be asked to summarize the text. This means to retell the story in a very short amount of time using your own words. And in the platform, there are sentence frames already available to you. So you could copy them, paste them into this box, and then you could fill them in with your own thoughts and answers. Primo Levi considers why he survived the Holocaust, concluding that, what did he learn about the experience? And then you could compare them, right? So Wiesel believes that blank helped him survive, and Primo Levi believes that survivors who made it out of these concentration camps were a certain type of person. When you build your argument, you're just writing your claim. And remember that a claim is an argument plus a reason. what you want to do when you're writing your claim is make sure that you use the question or the prompt in your answer. So when I analyze the two accounts, I'm going to compare and contrast the points that each author makes to understand the physical horror and added cruelty that prisoners face in order to stay alive. So the opinion would be, while Weasel says that prisoners of violent use blank to survive, Levy argues that survivors of the concentration camps and other types of violence are blank. Because, and then you would give your reason as to why these two perspectives are similar or different. When you add your claim, then you're going to build your argument, and you'll go to step 6. You'll need to have evidence, so a quote from this text that supports your claim and shows why you're right or correct. Reasons, where you explain what the text or evidence means and why it matters. And a counter argument, where you give a reason why someone else who disagrees with you might be right, but that you're more right. On this final portion, you create your paragraph. And remember that we're always looking for 5 sentences. So your claim, your evidence, your reasoning, your counterclaim, and then your conclusion or audience sentence. If you need extra support, remember that you can look at the rubric here. This is how I grade you. You can check your highlights from the previous text, and you can also look at these sentence frames that exist.